Hey guys, and welcome to Creator Showcase, where we attempt to find your next favorite content creator. My name's Wilbur, and today I am joined by my high school friend, picker of locks and intergalactic queen of the Coomers. It is the KnightSinclair. Josie, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm really good. This is a really good first try of this.
Absolutely. First take.
First take is a good take.
One take wonder.
Nothing bad ever happened.
That's what they call me.
Yeah.
Josie, how did you sort of get into streaming? So I know that you've streamed some Elder Scrolls in the past. That's sort of like where you've built a big part of your base. But you also do some really interesting things, like as far as, you know, your unique style of content. How did you get into it?
I always wanted to do streaming for a really long time. I think probably 2015 is when I wanted to start streaming. But I just didn't have the internet for it, or like any of the items for it. In 2000, I think it was 2017, I ended up getting a webcam and like a better PC, and then the internet was still bad. Like when I tell you the internet's bad here, the internet's like fucked. It was really, really bad. And it wasn't till like 2018 that I kind of made that decision where I was like, I'm just giving myself an excuse waiting for the NBN, which is like faster internet for us, to come along. I may as well just start streaming, even if like I'm like 6 pixels, because like I do want to do that. I had done like a bit of cosplay and stuff beforehand.
Yeah, right.
And I like that, but I've always been a personable kind of person.
Yeah.
If you know what that means.
No,
yeah.
Yeah, I'm aware of what personable means. Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone watching is.
Queen. But no, yeah. So I've always like, it just came pretty natural to me when I started streaming. And I'm pretty creative. I'm pretty good at Photoshop. So I immediately had, a little bit of an upper hand.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That ties in really well. And
especially then.
Yeah.
There's so many, like you can get so many overlays now, which are like amazing artists make them. But
absolutely.
Back then,
yeah.
I made everything.
That's it. And you started in like, what was it, 2018?
2018, yeah.
Yeah, so 3 years ago.
Early 2018, yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Now, we also went to high school together. And when we reconnected a few years ago, you mentioned that you were playing a lot of Destiny, I think it was at the time. And this was sort of when I realized that you were like sort of heavy into gaming. Have you always played games?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I always have. Maybe the people I hung out with didn't really reflect it in high school, but but I was still friends with like the gamer crew. I just like wanted to stay in the cool room.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I remember being incredibly scared when I found out for my social rep back in high school when my friends found out that I played World of Warcraft. That was a
you fucking loser.
I know, dude. Such a fucking nerd.
Yeah, no, I played video games a lot growing up. I was really into Neverwinter Nights, Baldur's Gate.
Yeah.
This is aging me so much.
Age
of Empires.
Yeah. Oh man, classic. Did you own it before they started including it in like every box of cornflakes, or did you?
Yeah. So my dad and my mum are really big like nerds. So
awesome.
They both really like playing games. They really like playing Magic the Gathering. Like obsessed about Magic the Gathering.
Awesome.
They're like every night they play online Magic the Gathering, but they have all like the old cards from the 90s.
Really? So, they both play MTG, like MTG Arena? That's so cool.
Yeah, they do. Every night. Every night. I watched my dad get thrashed the other night. It was so funny. I told him not to concede because I wanted to see how much he would be in the negative. 250.
Damn, that is
in the negative. That was it was amazing. It was great.
That's thrashed.
And mum was asleep and she woke up, what happened? And I'm like, Dad just like died at 250 like in the negative. She's like, why do you wake me up? I'm like, I didn't know you were asleep, mum.
Didn't know you were.
It's 8:30.
That actually ties really well into my next question. Because like, you know, that's like pretty old school tabletop stuff. Like I was into MTG as well when I was like younger.
Yeah.
Is that were they sort of an influence on you as far as the D&D stuff goes? Because you run a D&D podcast. Did they used to play D&D at all?
Dad used to, and I got into D&D in 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And that was third edition playing then. But only for like a year or so, and then I got back into it 2016, 17. I had a group that I would go play with all the time.
Awesome.
And I wasn't the DM for it, but I DM'd for my parents, my family, and some other group of friends.
That's really cool.
And then I always wanted a D&D podcast, and I had quite a few like mates that fit the bill. So they fit like the right personality type. We're all now like some of the bestest of friends, but I literally pushed them together.
Yeah, right. I think a lot of DMs end up doing that, and a lot of the time friendships are born from it. It's actually crazy.
Yeah.
I talk to a lot of DMs and they all say very similar things.
We're all really good mates. We do like this bad Christmas Secret Santa every year.
That's cool.
And it's called Swords of Monsters, by the way. That's my D&D podcast. It's basically a group of comedians and YouTubers playing Dungeons and Dragons badly.
Yeah, awesome. That's a great mix of like, you know, like I'm sure if you get any group of people together, that eventually when they get comfortable with each other, they're going to start having some fun. But the comedian, you know, entertainer kind of basis, I'm sure would provide for some interesting stuff.
Yeah, but our Christmas was great. We did bad presents, and one of my mates got one of my friend a what are they called when like they're cameo from Shoe Nice. Do you know who Shoe Nice is?
No, I don't. I only found out about Cameo the other day. So for anyone that's watching that doesn't know, Cameo is like a site, I think, where like, you know, like entertainers or like, you know, popular like online figureheads or whatever can like create a Cameo page. Someone can purchase like you know, a message for them to read out, I guess, and they film it in a video and basically send it to you. So you can send it to like someone for their birthday or for Christmas.
Yeah, well, Shoe Nice. Back when we were in high school, this guy used to do YouTube videos where he would just like skull hot sauce and like whole bottles of vodka.
Right.
And he has like these crazy staring eyes, bald head. But yeah, I'm sure you probably saw him because they were like going around. Oh, probably not say that one. Go around school.
Going around, yeah. Well, we might bleep that one out. So I've been keeping up with your TikTok stuff. You're starting to pop off on that. And you've also been doing a lot of sort of very unique from your, not necessarily unique from your Twitch channel, but like standalone Instagram content as well. And you've been doing that for some time.
Yeah, it's just my TikTok content.
Yeah. Well, fair enough. You may as well get it across both.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, why not have it in two places? But when did you realize you wanted to start doing like that kind of sketch comedy, you know, short form content? And has that always sort of been a thing that's gone hand in hand with streaming?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started doing skits on streaming, and that's how it kind of popped off at the beginning from my skits. So I used to do like 1 minute pre-recorded skits that would fit within like a theme of what that stream was.
Really cool.
And they would kind of go pretty viral. And then I decided that I hated anything going viral on Reddit after a while, because Reddit boys are very nice.
Yeah, no, I
They're
feel
not
that.
very nice. It wasn't really good for my mental health, and it's just like it's such a it's you know, it's such a just they want the same thing, you know. On Reddit they always just want like the same. If you don't fit within a box, then you know.
Right.
They also have like a saying where it's like like a girl of the month, like the hot thing of the month.
Mm.
And they only like they'll, as soon as like you've you know, been on there, like, you know, after 6 months, they'll be like, oh, she's not like the hot thing of the month, we don't want to see her anymore, we want something new.
You're not trending anymore.
Oh no, fresh femme meat.
Fresh meat.
fresh femoids for us to feed on.
Yeah, that actually leads really well into my next question, because I really love your Twitch intro that plays at the start of your stream. We'll play a bit of that now.
Dependent on Twitch subs for her strength and survival, endowed with average gaming skills, she's fully developed the powers of the spicy sweet boy. Relentlessly pursued by chat trolls wishing to control her, she must stay free. The KnightSinclair.
Can you talk us through a bit of the backstory there and how this intro came to be? Because it's looks like it's kind of influenced by, you know, that time that you had on Reddit, and, you know, sort of the way that your community sort of built and how people have sort of found you on Twitch.
Yeah, no, so I mean, that video, I'm really into like really crappy 70s and 80s sci-fi fantasy. Like, I'm really into it. Like, I, you know, every movie night I'll force it on people.
Awesome.
And I don't like good ones. I like something that's like softcore porn made in Argentina, and the writers have had like a stroke before they've written it. Kind of movies, and the sets are terrible. Oh, it's beautiful.
Awesome.
It's what I love. So that's actually from like my intro is almost a direct copy. Well, not exactly. I rewrote it, got a guy to voice it from Fiverr.
Yeah.
And almost like a very similar copy to another show. I think it's called The Phoenix.
Right.
I'll show you the actual video of The Phoenix.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, and I added like, instead, like at the beginning, I added old like 1970s videos of like the Mount Wellington at the very beginning.
Really?
Yeah, I found like it's such a gross old video, but it's like about the infrastructure of Hobart.
Right.
And I found it on YouTube, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna add this in, because then it looks like old footage.
That's so good.
And yeah, and then
a little ode to the motherland as well.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really cool.
I've got a few things that I want to do soon. That there's like stuff that I really like and I like get obsessed with. Like Helltown is another like I think it's 70s 80s show. The Flying Nun is another one that I kind of
know the Flying Nun. Yeah.
And what's the other? It's when William Shatner is singing talking Rocket Man. Have you seen that, where he's like
no,
and he's like,
but I need to.
Man. And Shatner is just like, it's just such a personality.
Yeah, totally. Do you ever sort of like a formula that you use when you're creating this kind of content, or does it just like you have the idea and then you just kind of flesh it out, muck around with it a bit, you know, get it up on the floor kind of thing, and then see how it goes? Yeah,
I just do idea in brain.
Do idea in brain, forehead? Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's what I do. I don't
just have ideas
on the whim. Yeah. When I have an idea, I'll do an idea.
Nice. That's cool.
But like, yeah, I obviously get influenced by stuff. So like, you know, TikTok, there's a certain, like, you have to consider how things get popular as well. You know, using certain sounds, etc. And like the Hagrid one didn't even get that popular, but I think it was very funny.
My dearest love, not a day goes by that I don't think of you. I long to be with you once again. Oh, PS1 Hagrid, why must we be apart? I miss every polygon on your face. I have written to Father. He does not want us together. He shall not be shipping my PlayStation to me. Even though it's clearly rightfully mine, Dad, I'd like my PlayStation back.
Oh, I loved it. I thought just like...
Yeah.
The face in the background just makes it so good. That makes it, in my opinion. But yeah,
I thought that one was pretty funny. But
the is it Oblivion? The Oblivion lockpick.
Dude,
blindfolded lockpick, that blew up.
They got really impressed.
Yeah. I mean, there's
Yeah.
there's a lot of Bethesda, a lot of like Elder Scrolls fans out there, clearly.
Yeah, and like I'm actually glad because I had like another video which was a skit video on like what I would there was like these videos on TikTok. It's like, what would I wear if I was in a Wes Anderson film? So I did one was like, what would I wear if I was in a Tarantino like films? So like, and you go through each film in different outfits that look similar to that.
Yeah,
but I
cool.
just made sure that my feet were in every image. And then I changed like all the names of the movies to like be more feet related, and that was my top TikTok. And I was like, I really don't want my top TikTok to be like all of like just my feet.
Hey man, gotta keep the Kumas happy, dude. Like, it's how it goes.
They're so it's so weird. It's so low effort as well. Kind of needed to make some tonight, but I have no ideas. But there's
cool.
another one that I did, which was like there used to be like this trend on TikTok where it's like, I'm not gonna do it. Like this soundbite, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. And then they dye their hair or something, and I was like, I'm not gonna do it. And then it turned to like Saramon's music, and I was putting my hand, like I was making up like I said I'm not gonna do it, and then I was like mixing like flour and water on this thing, and then put my hand in it, and then it turned to Saramon's music, and then it was the white hand of Saramon.
Oh yeah,
and that went all right.
Really crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's like, yeah, because they're far out. Yeah, that's really
and
interesting.
I got heaps of D&D stuff that did well.
Yeah,
which
cool.
Is like one of them I'm so cringe. Some of them are really cringe, but I was like, oh, if you're a DM, I want to be your friend. And I'm like, oh, I'm a bit cringe on that one. Why did that get so popular?
Murphy's Law, dude. Of course that's the one that would do well. We're almost out of time, but I do have one last question for you, Josie, and it's for anyone that's potentially, in a similar position to me, who just started streaming this year or last year rather, and or like, anyone that's beginning to stream. You're like, 3 years in. How, if you had like one sort of piece of golden advice or anything that you wanted to say to sort of new streamers that you think could be of help to them, what would it be?
Mine would just be like, be different. Like you have to find within yourself what makes you different to other streamers, because even if it like you're most likely, I'm like a fucking 100 other streamers as well, so like, but what do you enjoy, what makes you you? I think you need to be a little bit more comfortable in your own self-identity, and thinking about that kind of thing. And use every social media platform that you can get. And I think there is an understanding that you might get a million views on TikTok for something that's streaming related, but that might only bring in 5 viewers. But there's still 5 regular viewers, but you have to be putting yourself out there so much. And especially with Twitch, the way it is at the moment, it's a tunnel that keeps getting smaller and smaller.
Totally.
Yeah, and the growth, it's really hard to grow on it compared to when I started. It's flooded, and Twitch isn't really considering, some of the smaller streamers. They want to be a sports channel, I think. They're putting their money into their sports.
Just last minute switch, like.
Maybe I'll become a b-ball streamer. Play the ball.
Play the ball.
The ball is played.
All right. Well, we've got that to look forward to. I can't wait to see your acceleration into b-ball streaming. Let's find out what that looks like.
I'm the sportiest.
I was going to say,
out of all streamers.
Leave it to you, and you probably could find something. Because I think like what I just one last thing that I really want to say is that I really admire with what you've done with your channel and everything. It seems like you just completely roll with the punches. Like it seems like whatever the given circumstances are, like whatever you have available to you, like even when you went down to Tassie and did a stream with your mom and did a stream with like your family, or like you've got your garage, you've got your skits, you've got like the way that your communities like, kind of come along. You've got the reaction to all the Reddit stuff. You've got all of these things. You kind of just, you're very much like, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. You know what I mean? Like, you've very much incorporated even the negative side of the Reddit stuff and made it, funny and
makes it easier.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I always wanted to do comedy when I was younger, and I always thought I'd love someone to heckle me. I'd love someone to heckle me. I remember I was on a really boring date when I was like 2000, early 2018, late 2017. I was a really boring date.
Yeah.
And it obviously was boring because he took me to a fucking comedy show. It was our first date. And whoever takes, like, if there's a guy out there and he's taking you to a comedy show as your first date, that man's not funny. And it was a pretty boring date, but I remember one guy was getting heckled so badly and he was sucking at it so bad. It was before I even started streaming, and I was just like, God, I wish I was there. I'd be asking that woman what her job was.
Yeah. Nice. See, that's some people's like biggest fear. It's like probably what stops most people from getting into comedy in the first place.
Yeah, I think like the only thing that like you have to be prepared for, like, there's stuff that I don't care, like, when there's some guy being like, I want big milky titties, why are you not my mummy? And you're just like, dude, it's too funny not to talk about.
I know.
But there's like things that do hurt my feelings. I mean, I've had people like get like, it was like 200 upvotes talking about how fat I'd gotten.
Yeah, fucking crazy. It's vicious out there, man. It's the Wild West, but I think, like I said, I think you do a really good job at just rolling with the punches and, like, taking like a part that is like, if you stream on Twitch, that is going to happen to you in some way, shape, or form along the way. Like, it would be very weird to meet a streamer that's been streaming for 3 years that has never been trolled or heckled or abused or whatever on the platform. Like, I think that, yeah. So yeah, kudos to you, dude.
I get it less, actually. It's a bit sad.
You get it less now?
I think
probably because the social proof, man. Yeah, exactly. The community, they see the amount of followers, like, oh shit, this shit's legit.
I miss some rogue elements. I like when I was a smaller streamer, I used to get some weirdos come in your stream, and then they'd just be like batshit, like they'd be crazy. And I used to get them to talk on Discord if they're like being weird. I'd be like, come on Discord, we'll chat. Just so
yeah, nice disarming technique. I've really got to remember that one. That's awesome.
No, and also entertaining because they're weird.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it's like, it's content for the stream, but it's also like, dude, the amount of people that I wish I could have just been like, yeah, all right, if you want to actually have a conversation, let's get on Discord. I'm going to remember that one. That's nice.
Yeah, just do it. That one's great.
I will. Well, there you go. Awesome. Josie, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, it was great. I really appreciate you coming on and entertaining me. I've chucked all of Josie's links below. Be sure to head over there, give her a follow, check out a D&D podcast, and I guess I'll see you guys in the next one. Awesome. Catch you later.